Hello and welcome to today's YouTube video. Now I'll take a look at three things today. The first is the news which is going to affect the Indian market. Second is the Nifty Midcap. This year it has expired tomorrow, and as usual we look at all the indexes which are expiring, and I give my view as an option buyer, as an option seller. The third, we'll take a look at ICICI Bank, as I believe traders and investors together will have a good trading opportunity in the stock in the coming week. So they should take a look at it in that perspective. Now coming to the news front, now I expect the market to open very excited tomorrow morning due to the Jackson Hole meeting which happened last week. Now this is as the Fed basically signaled a clean rate cut will be happening in September, and if you go through the full speech, it's most likely a 50 basis points rate cut rather than a 25 basis points rate cut. So that's a huge positive for the markets, and as I said in last week on Tuesday's pre-market video, it's a huge positive for the markets if it does that, and a huge negative for the USD. So anyone who's trading the forex markets basically right now is a blind shot on the US dollar because of what is going on, what the Federal Chair has done. Now the second news which will affect the Indian market this week is the GDP. The GDP for June 2024 quarter is expected on August 30th, and it is expected to be in the range of 6 to 7%, which is a drop from 7.8% which we saw in the March 2024 quarter. Why does everyone expect a drop? There's been a contraction in government capital expenditure and also a dip in urban consumer confidence, which impacted the growth. Moreover, also the Reserve Bank of India already lowered its growth forecast to 7.1% for Q1 financial year 25 from 7.3% earlier. This is in line that yes, GDP numbers will be coming lower. The third thing is, which everyone will be looking at, is the Reliance AGM. It's at 2 p.m. on August 29th. Now I don't believe people will be focusing much on the data points of Reliance, but rather on the listing timeline for Reliance Jio Infocom and Reliance Retail, plus an update on the progress of the new energy business. These are the three key factors that basically investors and traders will also be looking at. And if on this what they speak is useful, then it will help the stock, plus it will end up helping the market indexes, because Reliance unfortunately or fortunately has simply come too big to fail, and it's been given too much of a weightage in the indexes, so it does wreak havoc on both sides of the index when it makes a good move. Now coming to the Nifty Midcap. Now the Nifty Midcap, we'll take a look at the levels. Now I believe if you look at the last Nifty Midcap video I had made on last Sunday for Monday's expiry, Nifty Midcap performed exactly as I had said. Now Nifty Midcap has been this week trading in a box range between 13,100 and 12,940. So do I expect the trend to continue? I expect higher likelihood of us going up due to the Jackson Hole meeting. Simply that will cause us to test these upper bounds. So as last week in every pre-market video I was telling option buyers to stay away, and this is an option sellers market. And in fact, all days option buyers did manage to get saved from that advice, and option sellers, all the strategies which we shared, made good money. Now I expect this week will be better for option buyers than it was last week. It will be a 50-50 week for option sellers, so it's come to normal odds. Option sellers, but option buyers will get better moves due to Jackson Hole, GDP numbers coming out, and Reliance. So there is much more news in the background to make the indexes more volatile, and the more volatile the indexes are, the better it is for option buying. The more volatile, the worse for option selling, but better for option buying. So how will I trade Nifty Midcap tomorrow? Now I believe that support at 12,940 to 12,900 is very important. So any downside move towards this will be key to watch, as this should hold. But due to the Jackson Hole meeting, as said earlier, I expect us to open either roughly around 13,020 or slightly above it. If we do that, then first move is to 13,100, and if we break that, then 13,160. So tomorrow basically I'm looking at more of an upside potential. So people who are option buyers can focus more on longs and rather than shorts. Now option sellers, I will be looking to sell puts in the morning and calls later on in the day. In fact, it's very identical to what I did last Monday. If you see the video which I shared for the last expiry mid-cap Nifty, it was a similar strategy which was deployed because of it was in a similar situation. I was expecting up, and so if you're an aggressive option seller, you can sell below basically 12,940. If 12,900 to 12,940, you can sell below this range. If you are more cautious, then 12,840. But due to how the indexes and the market is in general, I will be more aggressive on the puts sell side. So I'll be selling puts below this range at open most likely. Then call sellers, I will wait to enter call sellers in the latter part of the day, basically mostly post 2 p.m., post 1 p.m. or post 2 p.m. and I'll be looking to sell. If you're aggressive, then above 13,160, cautious above 13,250. I will most likely play aggressive on both fronts. This is as if you've been watching the pre-market videos, you know mostly I play aggressive. Only on Friday of last week I played cautious. So that is how I'll be trading the mid-cap Nifty in tomorrow's expiry. Now coming to ICICI Bank. Now if you look at ICICI Bank, it's been trading in ranges. You can see there was one range here, then it entered the second range here, then it went up, then it entered this one range here, then it entered another smaller range here, but smaller range within a bigger range. So it's been trading in ranges. But ICICI Bank has tried to pop out, and ICICI Bank, I already hold it before as a disclosure. I do hold it already. I hold it via put sells and I also hold it via an equity buy. So how do I expect ICICI Bank to trade? Now, I don't expect the move of ICICI Bank to be very clean on the equity front or the F&O front. I say that as the trend catcher indicator that we utilize is not yet clean, managed to cross above zero. So tomorrow's excited open in the market should drive it above zero. But now the big question is, when will the red line also come above zero? So how do I expect ICICI Bank to trade? If we break 1 to 10, which I believe will happen at open, then I expect us to have an up move to 1232 and then move sideways for some time here, basically with part of the candle bodies above it, 1232, and part of it below. So I expect us to trade within this range for some time and then make a move towards here. I would find it unusual if it actually makes a straight move to 1260. That will actually be dangerous, and it will signal that this will end up just getting topped out and it will come back towards 1232 and use this resistance as a new support. So those are two ways I expect it to trade. Either it will go straight up here and then come back down, or it will go straight to 1232 and then form a sideways motion and then take an upswing to 1260. This is the daily chart, so the sideways will end up rocking a lot of people. That is why I've preferred to sell puts and also enter equity buy, because that rocking, naturally the up move will first help the put sells, then the rocking will end up helping the put sells even more. So that's how I'm looking at ICICI Bank, more of an upside. But on the equity front, once you reach 1260, I'll offload at least 50-16% of my position, as we can go above that, but I will take most of the profits, as above that there is not much room. I will hold it for the little room which I expect above it, but it will go to a point and then have to come back, have a good pullback. So that's how I'm going to be trading ICICI Bank on the equity front and also on the F&O front. So if you like the video, then hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and any comments or questions you may have, you can drop them in the information box below, or you can also WhatsApp them to me and I will respond. Thank you.